okay.
Yeah, I agree. I know my parents had nothing when I was a kid. You know it's different. But,
I'm trying to hold it as steady as I can, but it's still pretty shaky.
well, that's what they should do. That would be cheaper than upping technology. Then they wouldn't have to have technology staff either.
Well, we've gotten rid of a lot of our technology staff. We don't have one in every building like we used to.
Good.
It's pretty shaky.
Well, it's going to be sped up, so I bet you won't detect as much of that. We get rested on the dashboard.
Here, I'm going to push it up next on the ceiling and see if I'm pushing it up against the ceiling, that helps. I got to remember next Saturday to come down to the Spice Merchant on their, second Saturdays. Like everything's 15% off or whatever.
I didn't know that.
Well, you're supposed to have one of those bags. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, do they have a shopping bag thing?
Yeah, and it's for all the businesses on Douglas that participate.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Twist does it, but I haven't been to Twist. I don't go in the summer. I don't knit in the summer. But a lot of the stores like Twist, they just have deals on certain kinds of yarn, certain specials. And so when I was in at the Spice Merchant, I said, well, what kind of specials do you have today for second Saturday? And they said, anything. It's 15% off your purchase.
See cows? Look at the train up here. We're going to go under a steam locomotive, Chet. Yeah, we're going to go under. We're going to get run over by the train. Here it comes. Oh no, we're going to get run over by the train. Help! Ah! Oh, there it goes. Bye, train. That's a big train. Not as big as the train we saw last week. You okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I've added music to all these, and one of them's called How to Beef Up Your Resume. And it's to Rawhide. It's really funny.
Maybe you need to find somebody who's got one of those little cameras that you strap to your chest and ride your bike down Douglas. That would be less. That'd be less shaky.
It'd be less shaky though. They have to hit all these bumps too, right?
Yeah, but it's a lot slower. We saw a couple of those on Redbrae. People wearing cameras.
That's cool.
I was hoping to get Lance Armstrong's autograph, but he bailed out in Des Moines. He really should have come by to eat a pie and beer rock. He could have polished his image a little.
Did you know that we had to remove our mural because Lance Armstrong was on it as a Perseverance representative?
Really?
And our principal was like, should we just take the mural down? I'm like, yeah, it's old anyway, so I don't care. So we took it down. It was on paper, stretched over.
Well, even though they say they're stripping Lance, of his Tour de France titles, it's like you can't unring that bell.
Right.
He
Everybody
still
knows
won.
He's famous.
He
Everybody
still
knows
won.
he is.
Okay, I don't wish for this to happen, and it wouldn't be funny, but it'd be kind of funny if we rear-ended somebody.
Shut up.
And I had it on film. No, I said
I don't think that would be funny at all. Like, not even kind of funny. That would be PISS.
Are you bored? You are?
Do you even know what being bored is? Did you know that there have been studies about how kids need to be bored more often and they be more creative?
Oh, I believe that.
That is a study for real. That what our kids need is more boredom.
Yep. I learned a lot at a very early age. Never tell my mom I'm bored.
Because when she put you to work.
Yep. She'd hear that.
Yep. My mom hated it when we said, because we lived on a farm with no air conditioning and no TV and no telephone for a while. And we were bored, but I think I've benefited from it actually, secretly. Don't tell anyone. Oh, I should go down to Toledo, huh? So I interviewed a whole bunch of people around town about resume building.
Mm-hmm.
I interviewed Teresa Vesey at the Wichita Art Museum. She's at WAM now. And I interviewed the new Teresa Vesey at the Ulrich. Her name is Jessie Klontz. And I interviewed this guy that was down the street from me. He was an industrial designer. It's been kind of fun. I interviewed Michaela Gingrich Gaylord. She's a friend of mine, but
What's a vape lounge?
what's a what?
Vape lounge. That's what that window said. Lucky's Vape Lounge.
Is it hookahs?
Maybe.
Like vapor? I don't know.
I'm so unhip.
I've had a hookah before. It wasn't great. I have a picture of me coughing and holding a hookah in Syria. What, sweetie? What'd you say? What'd you say, Chad? Mommy didn't hear you. Say it again. Have you ever seen Reefer Madness?
Mm-hmm.
No. I was gonna say what would be really weird is if I ran over somebody while we were videotaping. I make my art appreciation students make a movie because we talk about silent film and stuff, and it's a semester-long class, so it seems like we have a lot of time for that kind of thing, and they inevitably, you know, do as many tricks because I have them do tricks, you know, like I don't know. So this year they did like a stop motion kind of thing where a guy in a wheelchair gets run over. It was funny. Anyway, it was one of those splicing sort of things where, you know, the car hits and then the next scene is the guy trying to get up in the wheelchair. Our principal let us go out I love our principal. We have the best principal ever. If Dylan ever leaves, which we can only hope, I would force Chris Spots unwillingly to hire you. I wish Dylan would leave, but that's another story for another day.
Well, Nancy told me last year, one more year, at the end, on the last day of school, when we had our big, our district-wide pep rally. Somebody said, well, Nancy, how many more years? She said, 1. I said, Nancy, you've been telling me another year ever since I started. And she said, no, she's been saying 2 more years ever since I started. Now she's saying 1 more year. But I got to thinking about it. Because that was always the plan, that I'd go take Nancy's job. But I don't even know if I want to do that anymore, because I'm really seriously looking at Iowa.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, do I really want to go over to Eisenhower for like a year and then move to Iowa?
Yeah, do all that work and my first introduction will be at Wham. That'll work perfectly. Let me turn it off.
Yeah, I think you can.